problem for standard form of a quadratic equation. You have a quadratic equation, and you are asked to graph. Here, it should not talk about the transformations from the parent function. Sorry, so we shouldn't have to do this in standard form. So looking at everything else, remember when it's in standard form, a great place for us to start is to look at x equals negative b over 2a, which in this case will be negative 18 over negative 6, which is 3. So our axis of symmetry is x equals 3. Our vertex then is going to have 3 as the x-coordinate and whatever we get from plugging into the function as the y-coordinate. So we're going to go ahead and do this operation. So remember when you're plugging 3 in to follow the order of operations correctly. If you do that, you should get 0. So we have the point 3, 0 as our vertex point. So on our graph, sorry, it would have been nicer if I had a grid here. We have our x-coordinate, or our x-axis, and our y-axis. So I'm going to plot the point 3, 0. That's my vertex. My axis of symmetry is this vertical line, x equals 3, going through here. And then I need some points on the side. Normally, I prefer to plug in 0. But in this case, the y-intercept, if you plug in 0 for x, is negative 27 and is not on my graph. So I'm going to go ahead and just plug a number near the axis of symmetry in. So I'm going to choose to plug in 2. So I'm going to plug in 2 and look for the y value that goes with 2. So I am going to, again, do this calculation. Okay. So again, you have to be careful about following order of operations. When you do this, you should get negative 3. All right. So 2, negative 3, and the mirror image of that point on the other side. And then you can see what our parabola should look like. Okay. So we've listed the vertex on the axis of symmetry. The domain here is all real numbers. The range, since the graph reaches, so first of all, the graph reaches a maximum, not a minimum value. And the maximum value that the graph reaches is 0. That is the highest value, we're thinking y-coordinate here, that it reaches. The reason we're just thinking y-coordinate is because it asks for value. And this kind of dictates our range, since the parabola is all either below or above the minimum or maximum value. Our range then is that y is less than or equal to 0.